Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy IAS Academy. What if one morning your WhatsApp just stopped working? No warning, no explanation, just silence. Now imagine that happening not to a few thousand people but to 100 million users. This is not a tech glitch. This is not a server outrage. This is a government move. As you can see here, the headlines: Russia moves to block WhatsApp after Telegram curbs. What is behind the crackdown? So let's try to understand this. Yes. So Russia has attempted to block WhatsApp, one of the world's most powerful communication platforms, after tightening the restrictions on Telegram. And behind this decision lies something much bigger than just one application. This is about the control. Control what? Control over data, control over information, control over speech, control over the internet itself. And at the center of this digital battle is a new state-backed app which is called as Max. जी हाँ, अब ये Max क्या है? It is a part of Russia's vision for sovereign internet, which means a future where foreign tech giants no longer shape the digital lives of Russian citizens. Okay? But here is the real question. Is this about the national security or digital surveillance? Is this about protection or isolation? So, today we are breaking down everything: the politics, the technology, the global implications, and what this means for future online freedom, not just in Russia, but for the entire world. Because what is happening in Russia today could redefine the internet tomorrow. So let's understand the real story here. So what is the real story? Just imagine this as a digital power struggle between Russia and big Western tech companies. So what is the context of the news here? What just happened? So on 11th of February, WhatsApp announced that Russia tried to block, as you can see here, WhatsApp announced that Russia tried to block the app inside the country. Russia has not officially detailed how the blocks work, but WhatsApp says it was a deliberate move. It believes Russia wants to push people toward a government-backed messaging app, which is called as Max. कि रशिया लोगों को चाहता है कि वो उन्हीं का app use करें, that is called as Max. As you can see here, this is the logo, Russia backed app, clear, which is called as Max. And nearly 100 million users in Russia could be affected. Now, for context, let me tell you, अब अगर मैं overall आपको context इसका बता दूं, so WhatsApp has 3 billion monthly users worldwide. 3 billion, है ना, monthly users है worldwide. And in Russia alone, 100 million people, they use it. That is the huge part of the population. Now, the question here is, why is Russia doing this? तो रशिया का क्या कहना है इस पर? रशिया says that if foreign companies want to operate in Russia, they must follow the Russian law. So what this means? First, data must be stored inside Russia. कि आप जो भी data लेंगे, that will be stored inside Russia. So Russia requires companies to store Russian users' data on Russian servers. Now authorities, they claim that WhatsApp and Telegram, they refuse to fully comply these rules, and they did not store the user data inside Russia as required. Now, second important thing Russia said, there is a need for cooperation with law enforcement. Russia wants access to data for investigations like fraud, terrorism, etc. And if companies do not cooperate, they risk being slowed down, okay, or banned. This much is clear to all of you. This is the scenario here. Now, what is the bigger question here, or what is the bigger reason here? The bigger reason, if we talk about the bigger reason, so the bigger reason here is sovereign internet. Now, what is this sovereign internet? This is actually the key concept. Russia has a strategy which is called as sovereign internet, है ना? तो अब ये sovereign internet है क्या? Russia has a strategy which is called as sovereign internet, which means reduce dependence. Sovereign internet का मतलब क्या है? You have to reduce dependence on Western tech companies, build domestic alternatives, control internet traffic inside the Russia itself, prevent the foreign influence. Just think of it like Russia is building its own digital ecosystem, which is separated from the West, which is very similar to what China did with WeChat. WeChat किसका सब्स्टिट्यूट बनाया चाइना ने? WhatsApp का. Weibo किसका सब्स्टिट्यूट बनाया? ट्विटर का. Baidu instead of Google China has created. तो चाइना ने भी ये चीजें की है. क्लियर? तो रशिया भी क्या कर रहा है? अपना खुद का एक डिजिटल इकोसिस्टम बना रहा है. नाउ in this scenario, the state backed app which is called as Max, ये रशिया का ऐप है. Now this Max is Russia's state backed messaging app. It is positioned as a super app, just like China's WeChat. It is used for messaging, it is used for digital services, it is used for you can say like all kind of messaging, and then it is pre-installed on all the new phones since 2025. 2025 पे ये सभी नए फोन्स में प्री इंस्टॉल था. एंड इट इज मैंडेटरी फॉर पब्लिक सेक्टर वर्कर्स, टीचर्स एंड स्टूडेंट्स, है ना. ये ऐप उन सभी के लिए मैंडेटरी था. एंड इट हैज ऑलरेडी अराउंड 55 मिलियन यूजर्स. नाउ what is the important thing here? Now critics, they say that it does not offer end-to-end encryption. Human rights group, they fear that it could allow the surveillance. State media denies all these allegations. WhatsApp directly called it a state-owned surveillance app. WhatsApp ने Max को क्या कहा कि ये state-owned surveillance app है. ठीक है. Now, what is Meta's problem in Russia? अब Meta का problem क्या है रशिया में, ये भी हमें समझना होगा. तो try to understand. Meta, who is the owner of WhatsApp, Facebook and Instagram. So Meta was actually declared as an extremist organization in Russia. आप देख सकते हैं, this was there in the news also. 2022 में भी ये न्यूज में था. तो मेटा को रशिया ने डिक्लेयर किया था एक्सट्रीमिस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इन रशिया 2022 में. फेसबुक एंड इंस्टाग्राम, दे वर ब्लॉक्ड सून आफ्टर दैट. पीपल स्टिल एक्सेस दीज थिंग्स वाया VPN मॉडल. नाउ व्हाट्सएप वाज द लार्ज मेजर मेटा प्रोडक्ट, स्टिल वर्किंग फ्रीली अंटिल नाउ. नाउ रशियन ऑफिशियल्स, दे से इफ मेटा फॉलोज रशियन लॉ एंड कोऑपरेट्स, then there may be an agreement, but if not, then there is no chance. Okay. Now what about Telegram then? Now what about Telegram? So Telegram is also under the pressure. Over 60 million Russians, they use Telegram daily. Russia recently imposed phased restrictions. Users, they reported slow speed download issues are there. इसीलिए Telegram के जो फाउंडर है Pavel Durov, now Telegram's founder Pavel Durov, इन्होंने क्या कहा? So Pavel Durov said restricting these citizens' freedom is never the right answer. Interestingly, Telegram was founded by a Russian, but it operates internationally and resists data sharing demands. Now, Russia previously tried banning Telegram years ago, but failed. People use VPNs to bypass the ban. Now, what are the patterns of restrictions here? So, this is not just about the WhatsApp. Recently, Russia has limited the WhatsApp and Telegram calls. Limited कर दिया है. And also, Russia blocked Apple FaceTime in December. Russia also restricted the Snapchat. Previously, Russia blocked Facebook and Instagram. This is a part of broader crackdown after the Ukraine war. This actually increased the state control over dissent and information. Now, what happens next? Now the question here is, what is going to happen next? If WhatsApp is fully blocked, then 100 million users, they will lose their main communication tool. Business, families and professionals, they are affected. Many people will likely use VPNs to bypass these restrictions, and some may shift to Max. है ना, कुछ लोग होंगे जो Max ऐप पे शिफ्ट करेंगे. But history always actually shows even banned platform remain popular through the VPN access. Now, what this really means, है ना, असल में ये पूरी कहानी है किस चीज की? See, this is not just about the one app. It is about the digital sovereignty versus global internet. It is about encryption versus state surveillance. It is about national control versus tech freedom. It is about Russia reducing Western tech dependence. है ना? This scenario is there. Now, what Russia wants? See, Russia wants a controlled, domestically managed internet. Western tech companies, they actually want encrypted globally connected platforms. और यूजर्स का क्या, यूजर क्या चाहते हैं ये कभी किसी ने नहीं पूछा. They are actually caught in the middle. Now what is the big question here? So we need to understand. So what is the big question here? If WhatsApp and Telegram, if they are going to face heavy restrictions, will Russian accept state backed max or continue bypassing controls? Now, in this way, history actually suggests that they almost always find digital workarounds. Okay, so overall, let me tell you that this is not just a story about WhatsApp. It is not just about the Telegram. Okay, it is not even just about the Russia. This is about the future of internet itself. Are we moving toward a world where the internet becomes fragmented or divided into the digital borders just like the physical ones? A world where every country built its own controlled ecosystem, where global platforms are replaced by state approved alternatives? So Russia calls it as sovereign internet, but critics, they call it actually a digital isolation. Supporters call it as security. Okay. Opponents, they call it as surveillance. But one thing is clear, when 100 million people, they risk losing access to the platform that actually connects them to the family, business and the outside world. This is no longer just a policy, it is actually a power. And history shows something fascinating, that technology can be restricted, but people, they always find ways to reconnect. So the real battle is not just between Russia and Meta, it is between the control and the connectivity. It is between the national sovereignty and global openness. It is between encryption and enforcement. And the outcome of this digital tug of war may shape how billions of us communicate in the coming decade. So the question is now simple. Will the internet remain global or will it slowly become nationalized? So the answer is still unfolding and we are actually watching history in real time. So if you found this breakdown valuable, stay tuned because the geopolitics of technology is only getting more intense from here. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe our channel Legacy IAS Academy. Follow us for more such kind of videos. Thank you so much.